Hey guys, I look real tired. I just got back home from a lovely day with my family, and I wanted to film this morning, but I couldn't because we were in a hurry. And I'm suddenly out of breath. I wanted to film earlier. It is now 7:18 now. I know it's not that late, but it's later than I expected. For today's video, it is my very first products, faves and unfaves video. My brother just got home. Lock the door, excuse me. And it is also my yearly reflection. Not yearly reflection, this is the first one. A reflection of 2017. I'm gonna go really fast, or as fast as I can, because I am running on an 8 GB SD card. So I'm gonna try and go pretty fast. So there are 3 categories. Unfaves is like the in-betweens, and the faves. And I kind of want them to go in order of skincare, makeup, and art supplies. The first 2 unfaves are a couple of products I actually regret. Like I begrudgingly put this in here because I feature them in 2 other videos. The first one is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Rainbow Highlighter. I use this in a video, like my very first wrestler inspired makeup video, and that's actually like my favorite video that I've done so far. Haven't had that many, but I featured this because I really wanted it to work, and I thought I had it down. It just doesn't come off as a rainbow on your face like I want it to be. It looks cool aesthetically in the pan, but it just doesn't work. It's also chunky and glitter, and just no. The next one, again, I featured this in a video, and I regret featuring in a video because that was the last time that I used it, and it is the e.l.f. highlighting, or what is it called? The Illuminating Palette. The last time that I used this was in the video I did last year, I want to say. The only time that I use it because I just straight up don't like it. It's chalky. Yeah, it's flat. Most of them are pretty much matte, so those are the swatches. They're dry, they're chalky, they don't have any shimmer to them, or at least the one that I have doesn't have any. I feel like maybe they updated their formula. I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna find out anytime soon because I don't really care for it anymore. This next one is also a highlighter. Wow, 3 highlighters and an unfaves. It's something that I don't have because I got the chance to return it. I bought it and then I tried to use it that day, and then the next day I returned it. It is the Hard Candy Just Glow Illuminating Duo. The idea is cool. You know, the more highlighters I have, the better. But first of all, the packaging is super bulky, and then it comes with like this useless, like cheap dollar store brush that you just throw away. And then there's no pigment payoff. Like, it's chunky, it's too chunky in glitter, and then you really have to pile it on in order to get some sort of payoff. And I don't want to do that. I want my highlighter to go on easily, like this one. The contouring brush. I tried to use it, can't figure out how to use it. Like, I'll apply my cream contour first, and then I'll try to do the movements, but I feel like it just takes too long to do. This one, I feel like, maybe it's just me, I feel like my contour will go like straight, and slimmer, and then I'll like go too heavy-handed and just go like, it'll go like too wide basically. Or I'll just like blend it out on accident, and I'm not for this. Bye! The next one is also from e.l.f. and it is the e.l.f. Beautifully Precise Sponge Trio. I bought this because me and my mom were going to Vegas and she wanted to use a sponge, and she wanted to use the smaller sponge that comes with it, and I thought, okay, I'll just use the bigger one. And then I used the bigger one. She ended up not using the smaller one anyway, and then right when I tried to what is it called? When I tried to soak it in water, it's hard. Like, even if you soak it in water, it's supposed to get a little softer. It's way too hard. It makes it a lot easier. I mean, it makes it a lot harder to clean, because by the time that I spent like, I think 20 minutes in the bathroom trying to clean it, and it still wouldn't get clean. And I know it's not me because I've done it before. I've cleaned sponges before and they've all come out clean successfully. And I have a good soap. This one, The next one that I have is the Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer by LA Girl. Yeah, LA Girl, and this is the orange corrector. Just for the reason, I don't know how to color correct my face. Like, whenever I think it's just the fact that it's orange, and maybe I should go for the peach one. Whenever I use it, my face turns orange. The Rapid Brow, this just does nothing. It's just a clear gel, basically, and I didn't see any results. Okay, so my very last Unfaves, my makeup Unfaves, is the Beauty Treats Strobing palette. It's the same packaging as the matte blush palette that I used in my last video. So this row is all creams, and then these two, the top and the bottom one, are shimmer highlights, and then these three are matte highlights, which I don't know what matte highlights are. I guess they have some shimmer in them, but it's not enough payoff for me to care about. I can't use this. I don't have a reason to use this. But they are, like, I like this white shade. This white shade's kind of cool. Don't know if you can see that. It's a little light, so you do have to layer it on. And then this brown shade is pretty basic, I guess. The creams are way too dry, and I'm just not, and I don't know, pairing creams with powders are kind of weird to me. Like, the powders can easily get into the creams and contaminate them, and it's not gonna end up looking good in the end. So, and then the last Unfave, the very last Unfave, is an art Unfave, and that is the Daler Rowney Simply Watercolor paints, the ones that come in the tubes. Watercolors are supposed to get hard, like, they're not supposed to continue its liquefied consistency. This one just did not. It kept getting, it was still squishy. I even tried to put it in the freezer like overnight and it still didn't get hard. And then I had to leave it be because I had work and school and stuff like that. By the time, a few months passed, and by the time that I tried to pick it up again, I opened it because it was a self-made palette that I had to make by myself. When I opened it, it was moldy. So now is time for the middle of the road, the middleman category, which is the category. Stuff that I didn't hate, but stuff that I didn't really love. And the very first one is not really just one single product. It's pretty much the entire brand. Not really the entire brand, but just as an overall brand. This year, for some reason, like, people really were trying to hype it up, and that is the brand Mario Badescu. Besides one product that I have that I will feature in the faves. At some point I tried to make all of my skincare one brand, and one of the brands that I was trying out was Mario Badescu. And this is just one of those things where I was getting influenced by all the people on social media, especially like their rose water spray. I feel like people were hyping it up so much that I expected a lot more than what I got, which was nothing. But yeah, sorry Mario, I don't really care for this brand. I mean, I might try the lavender and chamomile, however the fuck you say it, the new spray, but that's pretty much it. And then the next one, I kind of, once again, begrudgingly say this because I don't want to put it in this category, even though it's not an Unfaves category. But just because so many people like this, and pretty much everybody likes this, and everyone is all about this, everyone wants to recommends it and stuff like that. This is my very first beauty blender. It's not that I don't like it, I actually think it's pretty good. I like the shape of it and the fact that it is pointed, because I feel like I can get into these areas really well, and I could get in here really well. And the shape is really good for contouring also. But like $20 for a sponge that I'm gonna get rid of 3 months later, which is pretty decent to be honest, but at the same time, also I feel like it's too small for some reason. I thought it would just get a lot bigger. That's not an issue, but I'm just saying. I also feel like it's too soft. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. The consistency and the squishiness kind of did bother me a little bit, so I don't know. Just $20? Like, I feel like I'm so spoiled by all of the drugstore, not all of the drugstore, I've only tried like 2 sponges that I just feel like I don't really need this, you know what I'm saying? So this next is also something that I don't want to put in here because of reasons. The Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition palettes. I've never used this. I have not had a reason, I think I'm out of frame, excuse me. I haven't had a reason to use this actually. I've used the highlighting shades, to be honest, I've worn them out, but I have not gotten into the groove with the eyeshadow shades. This is in this category because I do want to keep it, I do want to use it, I want to wear it out someday. This has a lot of potential, to be honest. The only shade in the highlighting shades that I don't like is this one. This one's just too dark for me. It'll just come off as brown, but I mean I could use it as a eyeshadow, you know. So now we're gonna get into the good stuff. The very first fave that I have is, as I said before, from Badescu, and it is the only one from that brand that I will purchase and will reuse again. This kind of has a problematic name. It is the Badescu Whitening Mask. I've used whitening products before, not for what they're meant for, especially if you're Asian, you know what they're meant for. I've used them for my acne scars and I've used them for my armpits. They don't work, by the way. This one is targeted for your dark spots and your acne scarring. And I've never been more impressed by a whitening product before. One time I had like a really hankering zit on my face and it was on my nose. It was one of those zits that like were super painful, and it was hard to like, it was hard for me to even wash my face and put on moisturizer, to be honest, because it hurt so bad and it left a big dark spot on my nose. This got rid of it super fast and I thank you. So you guys know that I don't like to touch my face ever, especially when I'm doing my makeup. When I'm washing my face, you can't like go around it, like, but if there is a way to not touch my face whenever I'm doing anything, I will try it. I found a way to do that with my masks. This is the e.l.f. mask brush. I forgot what it was called. It's a silicone brush, and when I saw the name, I thought it was like an actual like brush with hairs, because it said a mask facial brush, you know what I'm saying? But I guess this is more like a paddle. But this end here is a brush. I've never used this. I don't think it, well, I guess you can get into here, but that's it. Like, you're supposed to do that with it? I don't know. Love this brush. I do repurchase these. This is my second one. I think it does have, I think you are supposed to repurchase these and replace them. This one I haven't really been using that often. I've only been using it for like 3 months, I think. What time is it? But I do love it that much that I am going to continue using it, and it will continue to be my night moisturizer. This is the Aloe Vera Soothing Gel. It says 93% on there. I don't know what that means, but maybe it's 93% aloe vera, I don't know. A multi-soothing cooling gel that refreshes fatigued skin. I use this at night, and I could wear the whole thing if I wanted to. It's so relaxing. It's very cooling. I am addicted to it. I love this so much. And then the next one, I think, is the last one for my skincare faves. It's not really skincare, but I'm gonna count it as skincare. This is the Plumpit lip plumping serum. I forgot the name already. This one you've probably seen on Instagram. That's where I heard about it. And you've seen the before and after videos. You've seen the before and after pictures. This does what it says it's gonna do. I've always loved bigger, plumper lips, to be honest. Like bigger, plumper, natural lips. I love them. I want them. I might get them. This is determining if I am gonna get lip injections or not. So on to my makeup favorites. We're gonna start with primer. I have the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. It's cool. It's what everybody has been raving about, I think last year, I'm pretty sure. Kind of late to the game, I know, I'm sorry. I wouldn't say that this blurs my pores. Maybe my pores are just that enlarged and not in charge. but it does do well for mattifying. It is expensive, it is around $36, but I would repurchase it. And also, you get a lot for the product. I mean, I've used it since I bought it, I think. When did the Sephora open? September maybe? So for like, no, probably October, so like 2 months. 2 months, and it's still, it looks like I haven't even touched it yet. Let's move on to foundations. I'm going to name both of these at the same time because I feel like they are comparable to each other. The NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, I'm wearing it right now, and the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I feel like these two are comparable to each other because they do have a good staying power. Is that what I'm trying to say? They last long on the face and they are great matte foundations. This one I feel like has a little less staying power. Is that the word that I'm looking for? This one does stay on a little bit less than the Fenty Beauty, but to be honest, this one is the best drugstore matte foundation that I've ever tried. I've heard great things about the Maybelline one. I haven't tried it yet, to be honest, but I don't really plan on trying it because I have this one. And then I wore this for like 14 hours and I still looked beat as hell. I was a little bit oily, but you know, that's my skin. Yeah, I feel like those two are really comparable to each other. And yeah. Alright, concealers. I'm gonna talk about these two really quick because I'm pretty sure you have seen these two all up and down social media. The LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toffee and Warm Honey. And then the Tarte Shape Tape in Deep and Tan Sand. Yeah, I'm not even showing you the colors. Deep and Tan Sand. I use this for full coverage days and more long wearing days like I did today. And then I use these for natural-ish days. The tape shape is really matte. Not matte, but like it's really full coverage. And I really like the doe foot applicator. I like that's really nice and big. If I have some advice to share with you about the Shape Tape, I like to wait for my concealer to kind of dry out a little bit. Just so I get the max full coverage. I learned that from Miss Jackie Aina. But don't wait too long for this to dry out because it will stay on your face and won't move or budge or blend together. But I've done it with this and it hasn't failed me. The applicator might steer you away for a little bit because it is the brush applicator. Some people don't like it. I kind of like it. Even though this one time, I tried to squeeze some out and it like spat at me, and I was wearing a white shirt and it got it dirty. My favorite thing about the brush applicator is that I can carve out my eyebrows really, really easy. Next, let's do some lashes, why don't we? These two changed the game and the expectations for drugstore lashes in 2017. The Colossal Big Shot Mascara and also the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. You win with either one. You win with either one. I can't say anything more about it other than I will only use one or the other for the next 10 years. You have stolen my heart and replaced it with good quality eyelashes. So next, and I have 3 more makeup faves and they are all brushes, or 2 of them are brushes, one's a sponge. The first one is the Real Techniques setting brush. I use this for highlighter. I feel like brushes like these are the best ways to put on highlighter because of the way it's shaped, not a lot of product is just gonna just fly out. With fan brushes, they do get a little bit looser and there's more chances to get more product everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is the best way. And I also love the size. It's really small and packed, and yeah. Speaking of fan brushes, this is supposed to be made for highlighting. It even has the word highlight on the back, but I don't use this for highlight, obviously. I feel like it's way too big to be a highlighter. I don't know, maybe you can use it as like an all-over highlighter. I use this to contour. This comes in a set. This one is their Define brush. This is by Ecotools, by the way. These come in a duo because it is the highlighting and contouring duo. I did use this one today as a contouring. I mean, I guess this is an honorable mention because they go together. But this one, I feel like, because of its size and the way that it's shaped, it gets into your jawline like super easily. And it just makes the job a lot better. And then the last makeup fave is the Ecotools Total Perfecting Blender. This is what it looks like out of its package. I bought two because why not? This one's dirty. I use it today, so there you go. I like to use a sponge for, again, natural days, not really for full coverage matte days. I am going to use this on a more heavy full coverage day. I will only just use this either to blend out my contouring, my cream contouring, or use it to set my face, which is what I did today. This one is denser than the Real Techniques one, but it's not too dense where I feel like my hand's gonna break, like the e.l.f. one. Love the shape here. It's got a really, really unique shape. I did use the flatter side, the flatter, longer side to cut my contour. And then I use both sides to set my under eyes. So that is it for my makeup faves. Let's go on to art faves. I only have a couple. I despise wooden pencils. Can't get around it. I can't stand sharpening it. They always break on me. Just like I tried using the Prismacolor Coal Erase pencils, the hard wooden pencils, and can't use it because I hate sharpening it. They always break and it's never sharp enough for me to use. So I decided to look up some colored lead for mechanical pencils. This is the Uni Nano Dia color, and this is my favorite shade to work with. This is the shade Mint Blue. I have almost all of the colors that Uni makes. I don't have the green one. This is also in the size 0.5. 0.5 is my favorite size lead to draw with. I like these because they're a lot easier to erase. With the wooden colored pencils, the wooden, the Coal Erase pencils, I can't erase them all the way. Like, is that just me? These, for me anyway, are a lot easier to work with, and they also look really good under markers. I decided to go ahead and go for the Pentel pocket brush pen. I think that's what this is called. I wanted it because I thought it would make me like a legitimate artist, you know what I'm saying? And I feel legit when I use it, to be honest, because there's something about this brush. I think because it is legitimate brushers, it's so easy to do details. It's really easy to go from thin lines to thick lines, and yeah, it's become one of my favorite ways to line my drawings, and I don't think I'll be going back to any of them, to be honest. If I do feel like I need to go a little bit smaller and I'm too scared to go with the Pentel pocket brush pen, not the pocket brush pen, the brush pen, I will go in with the Pilot Gtech pens. This one says Gtech C and this one says Gtech C3. Don't know what the 3 means. I have it in the size 0.25 and the size 0.3. These are also great for just writing basic words, like if you need to write a pen essay. But yeah, these 3. And then the last fave, we're almost done, is something that I kind of don't want to show you because it's a little dirty. This year, I don't know if you can see, it's dark in here. The lights in the background are off. It's only the vanity lights that are on. I have gotten into acrylic painting. I took an acrylic painting class and I knew that I had to like step up my game a little bit when it comes to washing my brushes. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I can't just wash my brushes with just a glass, like a basic glass you get at the dollar store or something like that. At least not since I found this. This is the Artist Loft Universal Glass Brush Washer. It's kind of nasty. Just a glass jar with a metal cage at the bottom. You could probably make it on your own. When I use this, it's a lot easier to wash my brushes. It's a lot easier to get them clean. And I'm almost 100% sure that is because of the metal wash thingy. Thank you, Artist Loft. You are my tried and true friend. I've been here for an hour, but we're almost done. Now that the products, faves, unfaves, and are out of the way, we can finally get to the most important part of this video, and that is the reflection of 2017. If I could sum up 2017 in one word, it would be That's pretty much it. It's just to me. I feel like this year was more about taking time to yourself and learning more about yourself. This year I learned some things about myself and what I wanted and what I feel like I am as a person, especially since I'm 25. I you know, have been single all of my life. Just admitting that out to you right now. We're friends, so we can admit that to each other. I feel like I'm gaining more insight on who I am and what my comfort levels are, to be honest, and what I need to do in order to break out of those comfort levels. I was always a shy and very introverted and self-conscious kind of person, so I was like really quiet and really like, you know, keep to myself all the time. But this year I feel like I've become more open and more honest with myself. 2017 brought me different opportunities in which I could be more self-aware of myself. For example, I did a photo shoot back in November. Oh my god, was it really last month? A photo shoot in which I will probably make a video about. It was a photo shoot for empowerment and loving yourself as a brown person, specifically as a Filipino person. And I did a lot of like vocal expression, and we did a lot of practices, and then coming up next we have an interview, like a video interview to do. So I feel like I'm getting more expressive with myself in good ways, you know what I'm saying? This year also brought me my niece, my very first baby niece, and she is a blessing to me. This year I also reconnected with people that I've lost touch with in the past, or at least I feel like I have. I feel like we're gaining what we lost back then. I feel like this year was a practice of forgiveness. However, 2017 was not so good in certain ways. This year I feel like I have more awareness about what I wanted in my career as an artist and what I wanted to make and what I wanted to do. I took a designing careers class, and they helped me do contracts, they helped me do resumes and references and stuff like that, and I feel like I could take what I learned from that class, I could also apply it to what is not an artist's job, you know what I'm saying? I was team leader for a group project, and my project got chosen as the overall group project. And that was a test of how to take responsibility. I mean, it's obviously like a different experience when you are doing it as an on-site student, like you actually physically go there. I am an online student, so everything was taken care of here. But at some point I had to like kick someone out of the group because they were inactive. So I feel like that was a test of taking responsibility in actions and doing what I needed to do that was best for the team. However, 2017 could have been better. It was not good in some places of 2017, and right away what comes into mind has to do with music. First of all, I found out that one of my favorite artists, my favorite lyrical musicians and stuff like that, my favorite singer, my favorite artist, is a potential abuser, a potential rapist. I won't say her name just because I don't want to mention her name. And also 2017 took away two great artists and musicians away from us in probably the most tragic way ever. I want to end this video by telling you here right now, one-on-one, is that just because it is hard to see how someone can move forward because that person didn't think they could move forward with themselves, it doesn't mean that you have to think the same way also. Is that they don't think that you could do the same thing as well. You know what I'm saying? I 100% guarantee that they would want you to keep going and move forward. I, along with them, will be rooting for you in 2018 and beyond. 2018 is a brand new year and a chance for you to realize that you are worth more than what you think you are worth. More people out there are rooting for you a lot more than you know. I am rooting for you in 2018, and I will always root for you in 2018 and beyond. You are going to be okay. That is it for this video. I am so tired. I just want it to be over already. I actually don't know when this video is going to go up. It probably won't go up in the time that I want it to go up. It is now 8:23. I will try to get this video up by tomorrow, the 31st, but if it ends up going up on the 1st, then whatever. I hope you guys have a happy new year, unless this video goes up on the 1st that you had a happy new year. What are you doing for the New Year's? I'm going to be sleeping because I have work the next day. I don't know, I'm over the countdown. I just want 2017 to be over. I'm over it. I'm done. Goodbye 2017. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!